Okay, at this point I feel like I need to do a bloopers reel. Many times I've tried to do this last half. I was saying I would like to find a photography course for my daughter. So if anyone out there knows of one online or through a curriculum, that would be great. We just love to get her, since she has that interest, I'd love to get her into that. As far as the other things that were in the part of the vlog hub, I'm trying to go real quick through my mind here and see what it is that was asking those. Our philosophy, we're Christians. We want to keep our homeschool Christ-centered, and we will be doing Bible together. Our curriculum, we're going to do School of Tomorrow, ACE, for their main curriculum. It's perfect for my daughter because it's got thin little booklets, and that keeps her from getting overwhelmed. She has little tidbits of information at the time, and you go as slowly or as fast as the kid can go, and I will teach them. I know in that curriculum, they're big on the kid correcting themselves. We're going to do some of that, but I also want to be sure that I'm teaching them and they're getting the information that they need. And we're also going to be using, I'm not just stuck on one curriculum, we are going to be using a health and manners and safety book that I have from Rebecca that we're going to do together with both my daughter and my son. We're going to do languages. My son was in first and second grade. He went to a Spanish immersion class. That's where he was completely, in first and second grade, he was completely in Spanish. His elementary offered it. And we wanted him to be a part of that. And now, since he's not in that, I do speak fluent Spanish, so I feel comfortable enough to go ahead and teach him, continue to do that. We're going to have sessions where he's going to have spelling words in Spanish and in English. He reads them both. And we're going to have times when me and him are speaking in Spanish so that he can keep up with that. And that's part of his heritage, being from Guatemala. And I want that. That's important to me that they keep that part of them alive. As for my daughter, she's interested in knowing more Spanish. Just she knows a few words here and there. But she's interested in getting back into Russian as she's from there. My husband and I have a working knowledge of it. We can speak. It's a very hard language to learn, but we speak to each other in that language when we don't want anybody to understand us. But anyway, we feel comfortable enough to go ahead and get some sort of course that we can work with her cassette tapes, and just so that's back in her head as well, so that she can keep that part of her too. We've been out of it enough that when she was little, that could be a whole other vlog post on adoption and different issues there, but when she was little, even though we lived in Russia, she didn't really want to keep Russian up. She wanted to just do English, and at the time we had heard from the counselors that was the best idea, not to push her. Now she really, really wishes that we had pushed her and that we had made her learn it. And it was always our intention for her to get back to it, so this is her getting back to it. So we'll be doing that as well. That will be probably just me and her, and whatever my son hears, that's fine. And when me and him do Spanish, she hears some Spanish, that's fine too. But as far as her doing any sort of quizzes or tests or anything, she'll be doing that in Russian, he'll do his in Spanish. Let's see. Another curriculum, they'll be doing PE together. I've actually looked into some homeschool PE curriculums, and I'm looking forward to that, just to give ideas. I'm not a very athletic person. Who am I kidding? I'm not athletic at all. I have an illness now that I'm not able to get out much. I'm in a wheelchair most of the time. I can get up and walk a little bit, but that will be decreasing as it goes along, as it progresses. And so I want things that I can teach them, that I can tell them, okay, this gives you an idea, this is a game you can go play, whatever. And I want to keep them very active. Our philosophy, and if I'm repeating myself, I'm very sorry, my mind goes. But we are Christians, and we just want to keep it Christ-centered. We want to remember Him in all things. They'll be doing Bible together. Our philosophy is that we just want them to learn at their pace. I don't want to worry about who says they need to learn this at this age and what have you. I want to make sure they are learning what they need, don't get me wrong, but I do want them to really have a grasp of what they're learning and to have a love for it. I mean, I know you're not going to always love everything. I don't like math a bit, but if they do, that's wonderful. My husband is blessed with that gift, and so if they need any extra help with math, hey, there he is. Extracurricular, always before, my husband had coached them where we lived 40 miles away. He coached them in football and flag football. that's not possible here. There's not a recreational team. We've looked into that, and we were all really missing that. My boys had been in that. My daughter had been a part of a recreational basketball team. In previous years, she was in soccer. I have called the high school, and she will be able to try out there when it's time for girls basketball in wintertime. So she'll be doing that. Other things, we go to church every Sunday. So they do have friends. We have another family that's close to my daughter. They do live in our previous city, but they homeschool as well, so there's that possibility. We were going to look into a co-op, and at the time, I'm really not so much interested in a co-op because I can't, with the problems that I have, I can't be available to go and do a teaching class or anything like that. But I was looking more for a support group, or just more for time when they can get together fellowship and the parents can get together fellowship. And I've not found that yet. I'm looking, but it's the closest one is 20 miles away, but it was a co-op. Since I don't drive anymore, it's not a good idea for me to do, and winters in Minnesota are brutal, so it's not a good idea for me to ask someone, can you take me there all the time? It's just, I don't feel right doing that. My husband will be at work. My father-in-law, I don't want to ask him to have to get out and take us to that once a week or whatever when it's that far away. 20 miles is nothing, but when you do it in a terrible winter, it can be. So yeah, we'll be looking around still at things that we can do as far as that goes. Otherwise, we do a lot here at home. We do a lot together. We love to play board games. We have a family night every Friday night. We watch a movie together, have a special treat. So we do a lot of family stuff anyway. As far as traditions, I know that's this week's blog hop. First day of school traditions, my husband has always, even when they were in public school, he has always made the first day a fun time when he would get up and make the breakfast, and he would make something special. So he will be doing that. He usually makes an omelet or, just something that we're normally not going to have. It's not an everyday kind of thing, and it's just a tradition. They look forward to it. They have that first of the year traditions. They have the last day of school. When school's over, he takes them and gets them an ice cream cone. So they look forward to those. You think they won't, but your kid remembers. Your kid really does remember those traditions. Hey, why haven't we done that? Something you forgot about. We used to always do that. And like this year, I've always had a tradition with them that I take them back to school shopping, get their supplies, and make it a special mom and child time, and with each one of them separately. But since I don't drive, they're really missing that this year. Last year I was able to do that still, and this year I can't. And so today my husband and I took them, and we say, well, this year it's just got to be different, and it's a family date. And so we went and got all of the supplies, and I think they took to that fine. In fact, they thanked us on the way home. Thank you for the school supplies, and thank you for taking us. And that always makes you feel good. And if I've left anything out, I can't show you the classroom yet because I don't have it together. Way to wait last minute there, Amy, but I'll try to show you that as we have it together next week. And anything else, I'll make another video sometime. So look forward to being hooked up with all you other homeschool moms, and thank you for this chance. And talk to you later. Bye-bye.